Hi guys, welcome to an Invisalign update. The last time I made a video I was on the first set on my Invisalign, so I'll just start from there and tell you what's been going on. So I put in, after 2 weeks, I put in set 2. Putting in set 2 was not painful at all. They did feel tight. They felt very tight, especially the top ones. It just felt so tight. I could feel the pull straight away. But no, they were not painful at all. So a week later I went to the dentist to have my attachments and have my brackets put in for elastics. So basically the dentist said they're going to be moving my bottom jaw forward a little, so for that I need elastics obviously to pull it forward. So the dentist put my attachments in. Attachments are white little ceramic dots which she stuck on the insides of my teeth. So inside's 3 teeth here, 3 teeth here, 3 at the top, 3 at the top here. Little white ceramic dots stuck on the insides of them. They are there to help your retainers like grip on better to your teeth. So they're moving your teeth better. Obviously if they're gripping on better, they're moving your teeth a bit better. And after that she put my brackets in. The brackets are just like little tiny grey things, like metal things that she stuck on. I had 2 on the outside on my teeth here, my bottom teeth, and then 1 on this side. Actually she couldn't put the second one in because the second tooth she wanted to put it on had a filling, so it wouldn't stick on. So then she gave me clear little elastics, just like the tiniest elastics. They're clear, you cannot see them at all. She gave me them to put on either from here, the top of my top retainers, put it on there and then onto the bracket, or do it the other way around, on the bracket first and then attach it on here. Okay, so she told me to do that a couple of times and just to practice at the surgery while I was there. Even though I only had the set 2 in for a week, she did tell me I could switch to set 3 there, but I said it's better, I'll go home and do it in my own time because I was having so much trouble trying to take the retainers out. After having the attachments in, the retainers was so hard to take out. Like, I found it so difficult. It was taking me literally like a whole 5 minutes to take them out. I could not take them out. So I came home, I took them out. Finally, eventually, when I did get the retainers off, one of the brackets came off from the right side as well, but which was okay. So I had 1 on this side now and 1 on this side. I could still put my elastics in. So later that day, I found when it came to eating my food, I was chewing on that day, just on that day, I was chewing on my right cheek. Like, I could not avoid it. It was unavoidable. Every time I chewed my food, I was biting onto my right cheek. I could not eat. I think I cut my right cheek so much. It was so bad. Also, set 3 was sharp on this side of the bottom set on the inside of my mouth. Every time I spoke, it rubbed against my tongue and it was sharp and it cut my tongue. 2 days later, when I bought a file and then like just filed that bit down, smoothed it down, so that was fine after that. Set 1 and set 2 were not sharp from anywhere, so this was a new thing to me. So 3 days later, the only bracket I had on this side came out as well, so I couldn't put my elastics in. Obviously I wasn't going to put in 1 elastic just on that side. That was on a Thursday, so Thursday evening as well. Friday, Saturday, Sunday my dentist is closed. I couldn't contact them. Contacted them on Monday, and then I was given an appointment for a week later to have my brackets refitted. Okay, in that time my retainers were so hard to take out. I mean, the dentist had said you need to roll them off, and I was like, how? What does that even mean? How can I roll them off? I was having such a tough time. It was Ramadan as well. I mean, I've been fasting all day, and when it came to time to opening my fast, like, I was stuck there, unable to take my retainers out. I was pulling and tugging and pulling and tugging. It was literally taking me 5 minutes. Like, I couldn't take them off. And then same with, you know, a few hours later with the pre-dawn meal, like 1 a.m. in the morning. You're tired, it's 1 a.m. and you need to eat when you don't want to eat, and then you're sat there trying to take your retainers out and you're pulling and you're tugging and you can't get them out. That just brought me to tears. that like actually did brought me to tears. Like not just that one day as well, like for a whole 2 weeks I was full on like crying point. I was about to cry, that's how bad it was. I could not get them off, and in my head I was thinking, am I actually gonna spend the whole year like this? And I mean, it's only Ramadan and I'm eating twice a day, and when Ramadan's over and I'm back to eating 3 times a day or more, whatever, I mean, is this what I'm gonna have to go through for the whole year? I was actually reconsidering my treatment. The only reason I did not stop my treatment was because just thinking about how much money I've spent on it, and I was like, okay, I cannot stop this because of the amount of money I've spent on it. So eventually when my appointment did come for the brackets, the dentist, I had one on this side, she put the second bracket on this side, and on this side I didn't have any. She did put on to this side. She did actually manage this time to attach a bracket onto my tooth that had the filling in. So this time she told me to put in 2 elastics on each side, because I've got 2 brackets on each side, so I might as well just put in 2 elastics on each side, which is okay. I mean, I did struggle a little bit on the left side. Putting 2 in was a bit more harder. Yeah, but that was fine. But 3-4 days later I lost a bracket on this side again, so now I've got 1 on this side and 2 on this side, so I'll back to just putting in 1 elastic. I haven't contacted my dentist after that, because I mean, even at first when I had my brackets put in, she said she only told me to put the 1 in, so I'm guessing 1 is fine. She did give me up to 10 retainers, so I've got up to 10. I don't need to see, I mean, unless I lose more brackets, I don't need to see the dentist until I'm on set 10 now. Okay, so taking the retainers in and out, 2 weeks, impossible. I had such a tough time. Yes, I was almost in tears. It was horrible. 2 weeks later I noticed that did ease off. So I thought to myself, is maybe I figured out how to take them off. But I realized I don't think that's true, because I felt that the ceramic dots and the attachments at the bottom, they were gone. Like I think I've got 1 on this side and 1 on this side, so I think that's why it was easier to take the retainers out. And same with the top, like although I've got all 3 on both sides of the attachments, 3 on this side and 3 on this side, they're still there. I can't feel them with my tongue as bumpy. Like when I take my retainers out, I could feel them like proper, like round bumps. Now I can't feel them as much. Like I don't know if they've grinded down, like faded away. So I'm guessing that's why it's easier to take my retainers in and out. Other than that, the retainers haven't been painful at all. Every time I put in a new set, I can feel the tightness, and none of my teeth hurt. Sometimes this tooth here will a little bit, just like slightly. I think this tooth is probably taking the most pressure because it's, it needs the most work. I don't know. Yeah, they're not painful at all. When it comes to cleaning, so at first when I put my aligners in, when I first newly got them, I was brushing my teeth 3 times a day, brushing the aligners 3 times a day, putting them back in. I think then it came to Ramadan, I was eating twice a day. I was brushing my teeth twice a day and then brushing the retainers and putting them back in. So the retainers, every time I put in a new set, the first 4 days the retainers were good, the brushing was enough. After that I felt like they did need to be soaked in the cleaner they came with. They do get, the brushing alone does not clean them, and they do get smelly, so you need to soak them. Even if every other day or 3 days later or something, they do need a soak. Like you don't want to put those disgusting things back in your mouth. They do get yucky. I have been so bad with keeping so bad with these, like putting them back in, especially in Ramadan. I was keeping them out for like up to 3 hours or 4 hours even. I wasn't putting them back in on time, wasn't brushing my teeth and putting them back in on time. I was leaving them out too long, which is not good at all. I am a bit better now. Sometimes I can leave them an hour, 2 hours maximum, but I'm getting better at putting them back in. After Ramadan, because I noticed my teeth were so much brushing, made my teeth sensitive. My teeth have never been sensitive before this, so I was like, I need to stop brushing them so much. So I'm not brushing my teeth as much now. I'm eating 2 or 3 times a day, but I'm not brushing my teeth 3 times a day. So I'm just putting them back in, but that means the retainers are a lot more yuckier, so they need a lot more cleaning. They need soaking a lot more in the cleaner they came with. They do get grubby a lot more, they do smell a lot more, and they have actually stained. I mean, before that they never stained, so they're a lot more work. They need cleaning a lot more. Okay, with elastics, I have been really bad with elastics. I do not put the elastics in straight away back in again. I just rushly, like, I think for me it's a lack of time. I don't have time for myself, so I'm quickly just putting the retainers back in, leaving the elastics, forgetting about them because they're just so tiny, or just thinking I'll do it a little bit later, because the retainers are just so easy to pop in, and the elastics are a little bit of work, like a little bit of fiddly thing, like they're just so tiny, it's a fiddly job. So I leave them and then I end up losing them. What I did get a case, what I didn't show in my first video, I got a little case with my Invisalign set. You're supposed to take the retainers out and put them in there every time you take them out, and obviously your elastics, which would be so much more sensible to do. Like, if I did that, I don't do that. I mean, it just comes lack of time. Like, I don't have time for myself, so when I'm taking them out, I'm just quickly taking them out, put them on the kitchen worktop, just trying to quickly eat my food because I don't have time for myself, and then, you know, putting them back in, and then that's how I lose the elastics. And then I do put in new elastics in at bedtime. The dentist said to change the elastics every 2-3 days, but I don't think they last 2-3 days. So if I'm putting them in properly each time I'm putting them back in, I'm remembering them to, if I'm remembering to put them back in on time, they don't actually last that long. They do break sometimes. They, like, I do feel like they do need changing every day because they just break in my mouth. Like, I'll just suddenly feel like a loose elastic in my mouth because it's broken, and I'm gonna have to just like pull it out. They do just randomly break. They're not that strong. They are strong when you first put them in. You can feel the tightness, you can feel your jaws being pulled. They don't ache or anything, it doesn't hurt or anything, but you can feel that tug. After that second day they do loosen up, but however, I mean, second day they break anyway, so you're just gonna have to put a new set in. So I'm gonna say Invisalign is not painful at all. Every time I put in a new set, they do feel tight, they don't feel painful at all. And I haven't had I'm on set 5, I haven't had another sharp one. If you do get a sharp one, you can just file it down from there, I'm sure. Other than that, I would say Invisalign is all about discipline. I mean, you have to do what you have to do. You have to put them in on time. You have to clean them. You know, if you have elastics, you need to put them in. So you do need to be good with them. I suppose if you had train tracks, there wouldn't be as much work. Just one piece of advice, a mistake I made. The dentist said do not throw away your retainers, your old ones. So just say, for example, I put in set 5, don't throw away set 4, just in case, you know, if I lose set 5, she said you can go back to either 4 or put in 6, depending on whichever one feels better. Yeah, that's fine, I mean, which is great, but do not leave your old retainers lying around. It's a mistake I made. I left my second pair lying around. I think when I was on my 4th pair, my second pair was on a kitchen worktop. I took my 4th one out and put it on the opposite kitchen worktop, but I accidentally put the second ones back in, and they felt so tight, and I got worried. I was like, am I leaving my retainers out so long, 2-3 hours, that my teeth actually going back that quickly? You know, that's what I thought to myself. I thought my teeth had gone back to the way they were. That's why my 4th set is feeling so tight. But no, that wasn't true at all. It wasn't my 4th set just feeling tight again. It was actually because I went back and put my second set in, and so obviously that's why it felt tight. But I realised that straight away in a couple of minutes. I realised I put the wrong set in, so I put in set 4 in again. So basically, you know, if you are keeping your old retainers, don't leave them lying around, because the worst thing that could happen is you could mix them up as well. Luckily I did not mix them up. Like, say, you know, you mixed 4 and 2 together, you wouldn't be able to tell them apart, because they're not much different at all. Like, when you see them with the eye, they're not visible, they're not that different at all. I mean, obviously when you put them in the mouth you can feel them, like they're a lot, but you wouldn't be able to tell them apart. So do not do that. Best advice I could give is, when use your case. I mean, this is something I don't do. I mess up. That's how I messed up, and that's how I lose my elastics all the time. Use the case that comes with it. You know, every time you take them out, keep your case with you. Even if you're going out, you know you're going to eat out, you're at work or whatever, take your case with you wherever you are. So when you take your retainers out, I mean, and your elastics, whatever, put them in there. I mean, especially when you're out, you wouldn't want to lose them. That's the worst thing that can happen. Okay, so one thing I mentioned in the last video was my mouth was just constantly filled with so much saliva. I'm glad that's eased off so much now. That is eased off so much, because like I did not want to continue with the rest of my year like that with my Invisalign journey. So I'm glad that's improved so much more. And yes, I do not find them annoying anymore. I actually feel more comfortable with the retainers in. Like, I prefer them in than out now. I do not find them annoying. They just feel so nice and smooth. Like, from here, when I take them out, my teeth just feel so sharp now. They do not feel nice. I actually prefer having the retainers in. I actually really like them. I'm not finding them annoying now, which is great. Yes, I have seen changes already. I think this tooth is a lot worse than what it was, because they've actually pulled it out a bit more, so it looks worse, I think, than what it did to begin with. The other teeth I think are a lot better. They have straightened out. I can see changes, like slight changes you might not be able to notice. I can notice. But yes, I can see, you know, as I'm seeing slight changes, it's actually giving me more confidence already, just even the slight changes. And I think, plus I know, you know, I've had these crooked teeth for a really long time, 23, 24 years. I've had these crooked teeth, and I know they're not going to be around anymore. It's, you know, only a few months. So I've actually like been smiling a lot more already, because I know I'm going to be saying bye to them and they're not going to be around much longer, which is kind of weird. Yeah. So yeah, I've already gained a little bit more confidence with Invisalign, so I would definitely recommend it. Yes, the pros are definitely a lot more than the cons. Okay, I think that's all for today's video. I will be back with another update. I would say things have been, you know, up and down with Invisalign the past few weeks, and I think they will continue to be like that. Yes, there are good days, bad days, just little things, but yeah, at the end of the day, I'll say, you know, they are still worth it. And so I'll see you with another update. Thanks for watching.